All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was some heavy metal with Sammy Hagar.
Hello, everybody.
So that's not too bad. So anyways, folks, welcome back to the Weekly Trending Fan... Shut up. Welcome back to the Weekly Trending Fan Show. We'll be broadcast here in CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial. Well, that being said, this is a fantastic show that talks about everything between comic books, movies, gaming, and TV shows, other stuff like that. And with that being said... we're going to roll into our TV segment, but however, before we roll into TV completely, let us completely conclude our actual movie segment with basically the following. There were two fantastic trailers that were released, one over the weekend and one just today. There were both the new Captain America Winter Soldier and also X-Men Future Days. It's coming up. And that should be quite the interesting comparison. But however, one of the few things I'd like to know is get your opinion on which one's the better trailer. Well, that being said, we're going to play the Captain American trailer here on the Weekly Trending Fandom Show. And then right after that, we're going to play the Days of Future Past trailer. And I'd like to have all of our actual listeners and also viewers actually tell us which one you think is the better trailer. So let's cue up Captain America. Let's play... Actually, no. Let's cue up X-Men first, and then we'll come back with the actual Captain America.
X-Men first and then Captain America?
You got it. You got it.
What's the last thing you remember? I had a glimpse into the past. You're going to have to do for me what I once did for you. You'll need me as well. Side by side to end this war before it ever begins.
So, I wake up in my younger body, and then what?
Find me, convince me of all of this. It's going to take the two of us.
And where do I find you?
A different path, a darker path. Logan, I was a very different man. Lead me. Guide me. Be patient with me.
Patience isn't my strongest suit.
I don't want your suffering. I don't want your future. Please. We need you to hope again.
Alright, folks, so basically with that in mind, that was the brand new trailer that just got dropped today, as Par would say. And we had to play this right on the air. And again, that's X-Men, Days of Future Past. And let's throw this ball back and forth. 2.0, what did you think of that?
That looked unbelievably... Well, okay, I'm going to say it has unbelievably amazing potential.
For sure. And also on top of that, Max, who do you thought the actual composer was?
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
I think.
Yeah,
It
it sounds Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
For sure. But the thing is that we'll definitely check that out because right now, unfortunately, in our notes, we don't have that down pat, but things we'll check it out. It does sound like him, especially the whole Superman theme song, stuff like that. So, it'd be very interesting with him. But however, the thing is, you're absolutely correct, 2.0. That was a really good trailer. But from an actual technical perspective, there seems to be a glitch in it. And the glitch comes when an actual movie starts screaming because there's this really weird cut. So the thing is that I don't know if that's an actual download thing or that's actual within the actual trailer itself, because it was in the trailer. It's like, ooh, they threw this together really, really quick. But however, I'm in agreement with you guys. For the very first time that I've actually been really slamming the X-Men movie franchise, because I do it a lot.
Yep.
I'm getting excited. So hopefully, as they always do in Hollywood, hopefully this is not the best parts of the film, if you know what I mean. But however, we'll keep tuned and see what's going on with that. Now, with that being said, the trailer that dropped to be the new Captain America Winter Soldier trailer. So with that being said, we have that queued up 2.0?
Yes, we do.
Cool. So let's play that, and we'll basically talk about that when that's actually done.
Alrighty.
Coming up on the drop zone, Cap.
You do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys in my barbershop quartet are dead, so no, not really.
You know, if you ask Kristen out from statistics, she'd probably say yes.
That's why I don't ask.
Too shy or too scared?
Too busy. Was he wearing a parachute? No. No, he wasn't.
I joined S.H.I.E.L.D. to protect people.
Captain, to build a better world sometimes means tearing the old one down. And that makes enemies. Are you ready for the world to see you as you really are? Look out the window. You know how the game works. Disorder, war. All it takes is one step.
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
S.H.I.E.L.D. takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
You need to keep both eyes open.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Your work has been a gift to mankind. You've shaped the century. And I need you to do it one more time.
You're up. It's time.
So, that was a Captain America trailer, and I have to ask a 2.0. What did you think of that?
That was a very interesting trailer.
It was, and I'm not just saying interesting in an actual, I just went to the actual dentist and I found there's actual cancer in my actual, molar type of interesting. I really thought it was a really cool trailer, just because this is the sequel that's coming up for Captain America, and the thing is that usually sequels don't do so well, but after seeing this actual trailer, I'm going, again? I'm getting very, very excited because what seems to be coming down here in the ghetto of the Waterloo region, is now we're going to have ourselves an actual fight between X-Men versus Captain America, because they both come out in the same year. Same comic book publishing, but two different studios. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Well, that being said, folks, on the Weekly Trading Fandom page, we already have links put up already, and we'd like to know what you think is the better trailer between the two of them. Is it Captain America or is it actual X-Men? The thing is that don't be thrown off between the X-Men being new. Look at both trailers, let us know what's going on. Well, that being said, you can follow our actual Facebook page, which is www.wtfshow.com/Facebook. And with that being said, that will conclude our actual movie segment, but we're going to move on from here and jump directly into TV stuff. And with that being said, my good friend, how are your notes for TV today?
Oh, TV? What do you want to know about
TV? Little box thingy. Looks a lot like our, live feed we got going on here, which you follow www.wtfshow.com/live.
Oh, boy. TV, at least on my end, it wasn't all that busy this week.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah, just not, aside from the standard things that we're saving to the comic book section.
Yeah.
TV was like there's obviously the good coming out of the Michael J. Fox show.
Yeah.
But again, it's not.
Did you see Crazy Ones this week?
No, I missed Crazy Ones this week.
I missed it too because of everything we've been doing, running back and forth.
Just everybody's running back and forth.
Yeah. Even us today being
exactly
5 minutes late.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
What do we have here? Sherlock has a season 3 premiere set for January.
Perfect.
So anybody that's been following the British Sherlock.
That's right. It's a fantastic production, by the way.
I've always really enjoyed all of the everything created by the BBC. They seem to hit home runs every single time.
Yeah, no, for sure. Speaking of the BBC, I believe Doctor Who is coming out.
Doctor Who?
Yeah, it's coming out with their 50th anniversary. I believe that's coming up, I think, this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is coming up this weekend.
And speaking of Doctor Who, and the thing is that let's roll this clip very shortly. I believe there's a really good convention that's taking place within the Toronto area. If not mistaken, I do believe it might be Richmond Hill. Am I correct with that, sir?
Richmond Hill?
What do you have in your notes there, sir?
In the notes, where are you saying that this thing is from? No, it's just giving me sound where it doesn't say where the con is. All it's saying is the directors, the actors.
Wait a second. So basically what's going to go on here, we're going to play the actual clip, and we'll come back with some more notes on this fantastic convention that's taking place called Reverse Polaris.
All right.
Hello, I'm Peter Davison. I played the Fifth Doctor. I look forward to seeing you at Reversed Polarity in Toronto at the beginning of November. Bye.
All right. So that looks like it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so what do you think of that?
You've got more doctors showing up. That was, what, Doctor number 3?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So basically, again, this convention is taking where there? 2.0?
Yeah, it's taking place on Leslie Street, Richmond Hill, Ontario.
Perfect. Sheridan Hotel, if I'm not mistaken?
Sheridan Hotel, yeah.
Perfect.
Starting on the 1st of November and going to the 3rd.
And the 1st of November happens to be this weekend.
That it does.
Yeah, not too bad. If you horribly don't mind, do you have the URL there for people to actually follow?
Do I have the URL? Where's you? Mr. URL. You can find it at www.tcon.ca/reversed polarity.
Perfect. And that being said, on top of all that, we'll put this on the Weekly Training fandom page as well. And that particular URL happens to be www.wtfshow.com/Facebook. And we'll put some more guest postings on there as well. And also on top of that, we'll also put on other things that's happening in this great convention. Again, that's taking place this weekend. And again, what's the URL for Reverse Polarity there?
It is www.tcon.ca/reverse polarity.
Perfect. And that being said, let's move away from the CBC and talk about some other actual...
CBC.
CBC. My goodness.
It's the BBC.
There you go. Thank you for correcting me 2.0, and I appreciate that. And now, let's move away from that and talk about The Walking Dead. Did you see it this week at all, sir?
Walking Dead? They're dead. They're not going to walk anywhere.
Well, basically, the thing is that there's a fantastic little show called The Walking Dead that took place, and there's a lot of really good stuff that happened with that particular show. As example, everyone's getting sick. The Spanish flu has firmly settled into the actual compound of the group of characters we've been following for the last little while. And also on top of that, from last episode, there was a murder that took place, a very gruesome one, in the middle of all this killing. And the thing is that usually when someone gets a bullet in the head, no one cares about whatever. In this particular case, 2 bodies were shot and dragged out and set on fire. And no one knew why. And the thing is that, as we all know, characters come and go from this production. And the big African-American guy, this is one of his girlfriends plus one of his best friends that actually died for this episode. So he was upset. The word I would use is pissed. And the thing is that he wants revenge for what's going on. And of course, Rick, who's the lead character in the actual show, used to be an actual sheriff. So the thing is, for the very first time since the show is open, he's actually using his detective skills trying to figure out what's going on. So the thing is that basically him trying to piece everything together and everything else like that. And the funny thing is that he found out who did it. And it's one of the other lead female characters. I forget what the character's name is because I'm a little mad cow. What's that? Her name was what?
Carol.
Perfect. So her name is Carol.
Okay.
Thank you. And Rick went up to Carol and said, "Carol, did you kill those people?" And she turned around and said, "Yes, I did," and walked away. So thus leaving more things open towards next week's show, because the thing is that in the world of complete chaos, we now have this murder that's taken place. Because there's no reason to murder these people, because the thing is that this virus of the Spanish flu is spreading throughout the actual colony, and the thing is that they separate people and everything else like that, because the thing is there's no antibiotics, and that's the thing behind the show. And also the funny part behind all of this, and the reason I'm saying this is funny, is that Daryl and two other major characters went out to the actual university to actually try to find medication. Now here comes the funny part. I wasn't even expecting this. They start driving in, all of a sudden these zombies towards the university. Okay, all of these zombies start coming up towards the car, and it's literally miles and miles of zombies, because the whole university, everyone died.
Yep.
So they're all coming back as zombies. So as the car's there trying to get away, drive in and get away again, the car gets stuck and actually gets underneath a bunch of zombies because they're just underneath the wheel and they can't move out. So basically they jettison from the vehicle and run away in the woods and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's all of these zombie students just coming out from nowhere. So it's vicious. Very, very vicious. So I found it to be very, very interesting from that. So the thing is that they're now... Daryl and the rest of his crew are far away from the compound, so you have that story going on. Plus, on top of that, you got the two stories that are taking place from the compound itself. Plus, on top of that, lead characters also got the Spanish flu as well. So it should be very interesting in how this is going to be the next couple episodes. So the thing is, I highly recommend people watching The Walking Dead, because it's really the only cool thing on TV, as far as that goes. So moving on with some more actual TV stuff. You see any animation over the weekend?
Animation. Over the weekend, I caught up on a little bit of Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, cool. And how was that?
Bloody.
Cool.
Very bloody.
Excellent. Is the storyline progressing nicely?
It's taking its time.
Very cool.
It's building up for something, and it keeps changing pace, and it changes the story and how like at the first it was essentially you pretty much expect every character to die.
Oh yeah.
All of the lead characters you expect to die, but then you find out, okay, no, they haven't died, so it changes the pace of it. Okay, is this going to be a little bit longer series? So yeah, it's been quite nice.
No, I dig it.
The other anime that I caught up on this week, or watched the entire bit of it because it was only a mini series, was Pokemon The Origin.
Oh, good lord! All right, now how's that working? We talked about that briefly back a couple of shows ago.
Yeah, I watched the 4 episodes that came out, and wow, it completely captured it. Like,
so is it good? What would you give it out of 5?
I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Wow, that's cool. All right, so if you dig Pokemon stuff, you'll definitely like this then.
Oh, definitely. Well, as long as you're not a fan of the original Ash Ketchum version, which I am definitely not.
All right.
If you are a fan of the original Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, you will like this movie. Because this takes it and makes it exactly what it should have been.
I dig it, man. I dig it. Well, basically, on my end of things here, the very first treatment, or the very first trailer for Justice League War just came out. And this is an actual trailer, and this is based on both the Jeff Jones and Jim Lee adaptation of their 52 Creature of Darkness re-release of DC Comics. So the thing is that all the characters look a little bit different and stuff like that. And I gotta tell you, I'm not appreciative of the Wonder Woman costume that they have there. So my first impressions of this, it's like, really? No. But however, this is actually dropping. It's coming out early 2024. So that's basically sometime around Christmas time, which would be pretty cool. So that was kind of interesting. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, man, that sounds some really, really good stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, then. So let's take a quick break and let's come back with some weekly trending fandom goodness, shall we?
Yep, let's do that.
Yay!